Alright, so every now and then I'll get a personal message through YouTube. Someone asking me, how do you take out the square drain plug if you don't have the right tool for it? Well, actually it's pretty simple. You're just going to take a regular socket here. I mean not socket, just regular ratchet. I don't know what size you want to friggin' be particular and call it, but that's the small one, the medium one, and well, that's the regular, the big kind. All you guys gotta do is just take a regular, ratchet there and friggin' just jam her up into place. It'll just fit right in there, and just break it loose pretty much. And then friggin' just finish unscrewing it, and friggin' you'll puke out some oil. What I like to do is I like to put a painter's tray down, and it just works a whole lot better. So let's freaking tip her over. We'll be good to go. Start puking out its oil. Take that out. Just make sure it's draining in the pan. Oh yeah, we're good. So yeah, now we're gonna sharpen up the blade. It's got a little chip in it right there, but the rest of it looks pretty good. I'll show you guys how I do that next. Alright, well this is pretty much how I sharpen and balance my blades. I just usually come over to my friggin' Ryobi bench grinder here, and works pretty good. It does the job, and pretty much this is how I balance my blades. I friggin' put a nail in the workbench and just friggin' let her dangle. If it jumps down to here, something like that, then you gotta take a little bit off that side, So that's pretty much how I do it. But this blade's all set, ready to go in. Got a friggin' nice little bead on it, or whatever you want to friggin' call it. Or nice friggin' sharp blade. So I'm gonna friggin' stick this on the lawnmower. I'll use my impact gun to bolt the thing back on. One thing I'll never do is I never use a regular ratchet to tighten down the blades. It's just a fear someday or something should go wrong and the bolt should come loose and the thing will just freaking just fall off or something like that and kill someone. I don't need freaking that happening. So this is why I always use my impact gun. So alright, let's freaking get her on. Alright, so let's freaking put the blade on, get my Husky impact gun there, the friggin' what is it, 9/16 socket on it. So friggin' make sure you put your thing on right. Tighten it over. Make sure everything lines up in them holes. Nicey nice. There it is. Hey, stay. Let me just hold it there for a second. And friggin' impact her on. Make sure you don't tighten it up too much or else the bolt will snap. Common sense right there. Friggin' blade's on. Always put your blade on the right side, or else if you don't, friggin' it just won't cut grass that good. So got the oil plug in. Just friggin' flip it back over and put some new oil in. Friggin' check out that old oil. That's all what was in it, and it was also friggin' black and thick and stuff. So yeah, it was due for an oil change. Alright, let's throw some oil in. Alright, well next up is friggin' doing the carburetor. What I like to do on these push mowers here, I like to friggin' get a little vice clamp on the hose line so the gas don't keep on puking out on you. And friggin' you can just unscrew the carburetor bowl here. I already loosened it with the wrench. Friggin' here it comes. You want to make sure all your gaskets are good and stuff like that. Surprisingly the carburetor is not too bad. So what I'll do is, what I see one of these little pieces here that goes into the carburetor, so I have to friggin' put that piece in, or else the mower's not going to run right. So I'll have to get that piece in. And there's a little bit of dirt and debris and stuff in there, but no big deal, we'll friggin' clean her up. So yeah. Alright, so as I was friggin' taking off the friggin' carburetor, I noticed when I was taking it off that, if you guys can still see that, but there's a little friggin' dangly piece. This piece here looked like it was already cracked halfway, and when I was getting ready to pull it off, it friggin' snapped. Which is these little plastic little pieces right here, which is actually this one here, this metal little thing. So what I'm gonna do is, so that we can sell this thing this weekend, is a good thing I got a freaking parts motor here. I freaking took off the carburetor, exact same carburetor, exact same everything. I'm just gonna give it a quick little clean up here and there, and I'll put the good float, the good thing, and all that stuff in, and I'll freaking clean it up real good, and we'll be good to go. And also, this was a little piece of metal that was at the bottom of the this little piece here usually goes right there. That was at the bottom of the carburetor bowl, and that one's friggin' missing it completely. So friggin' yeah. So friggin' get this thing all cleaned up and we'll be good to go. Alright, we'll get the friggin' carburetor all put back together. It's friggin' good to go in now. And yeah, friggin' let's bolt her in place, get this thing fired up. Okay, now we've got the carburetor put back on, all back together. It's time for the new air filter. So let's friggin' jam her in place here. We'll friggin' sit just like that. Friggin' pop her in. Make sure everything's nicey nice. Grab my friggin' sumbitch here. Oop, dropped it. That's just friggin' great. Whoa. This is not easy doing it with one hand. And yeah, friggin' that's in. Alright, so friggin' let's throw the spark plug in. Grab the spark plug wrench, sumbitch. Right here. And the carburetor clamp that I use is friggin' this VIP stuff. Unbelievable stuff, wicked powerful. You can only really get it at the place that I get it from, VIP Auto Parts. There's some in New Hampshire, some in Maine, some in Vermont, just mainly the New England areas. I'm not sure about New York. So yeah, friggin' let's replace that now. Oh yeah, friggin' check that thing. That's probably original spark plug. Actually, yes it is, because it's still got the original paint on it. The only way you can always tell it's an original spark plug is if it's got paint on it. If there's like black paint or whatever color your head is, that's the original spark plug. Because they don't take out the spark plugs when they paint it. They just freaking jam her in. Just freaking get the spark plug out. Boom boom. Nice and nice. Freaking let's jam that in place. Grab the wrench or socket, whatever you want to call it. Slightly snug it in. Throw that in there. And yeah, friggin' that's on. Let's friggin' check the oil one last time. Alright, well, friggin' get all my tools out from beneath the mower, else I wouldn't have been good. Let's friggin' crank this baby up. Let's give it a friggin' couple puffs here. That should be good. Okay, my handles down. Crank this baby up. Oh yeah, this thing's ready for the friggin' cut some grass now. Alright, well let's friggin' what I'm gonna do is we're gonna give this thing a quick little power washing like what I always do when I give it a good tune up, and it'll be friggin' up for sale on Craigslist. Yeah, friggin' they were chooched. Alright, well, the friggin' push mower just had his friggin' detail for retail. A little bit of friggin' Meguiar's tire shine here, really gives it that nice little finish. But yeah, friggin' this thing's all set, ready for retail. Yeah, friggin' this is a good way how you too can friggin' make some money by pulling a friggin' trash pick lawnmower out of the trash. It's always good to have spare parts laying around too. I mean, friggin', if I didn't have this friggin' spare carburetor, I would have been screwed. I would have had to go down to friggin' Farina's again. I would have had to order more parts and stuff like that, which, you know, would have been pretty silly of me if I already didn't have spare parts. So yeah, friggin' right, this thing's going on Craigslist.